Yma, ym Mhrifysgol Abertawe, bydd myfyrwyr yn cymryd rhan mewn modiwl arloesol I ddarganfod mwy am yr hanes Undeb y Myfyrwyr yno. Dyma Sion I adrodd yr hanes.
Welcome to Divas. This is the student-run bar on campus. On a Friday night, students can come here, have a really good time and get a cheap drink. It's also run by students. And through my research at the Richard Burton archives, I found out it wasn't always like that.
We wanted to design a module that gave students more practical experience. Working with primary sources is really important as part of the degree scheme at Swansea. So the deposit of the student union records at the Richard Burton archives in Swansea was just the perfect opportunity to do that, because students were able to look at minute books of meetings, student newspapers, you know, all the doings of previous generations of students at Swansea.
One of the things I found really interesting was the long fight the student union had to run its own bar. Just reading through the minutes in the 1950s, how they wanted to gain greater freedom and a bar. And it's really quite interesting to see how this long fight lasts for a good 30 years, as we can see in this article just here.
Eisoes roedd y Mhrifysgol yn cynnal dawnsfeydd ar gyfer y myfyrwyr, ond roedd Undeb y Myfyrwyr eisiau'r rhyddid fydd yn dod gyda'r bar ei hun, fel y gallu I godi arian yr Undeb. Ond yn gyntaf, roedd yn rhaid profi y gallen nhw fod yn ddigon cyfrifol I hawlio ymddiriadaeth y Mhrifysgol.
So, this is the refectory, and in the 1950s, this is where a lot of the dances and balls were held for students. In 1958, a bit of a wild night happened where a lot of glasses were smashed. And one of the things which came out of that on the student union side was they needed to prove now more than ever they could be trustworthy enough to run their own bar.
Yn y 1980au, o'r diwedd, fe agorodd Mhrifysgol Abertawe bar o'r enw Bar y Hendre, yn cael ei redig ganddyn nhw I ffwrdd o'r campws. Roedd yr 80au hefyd yn gyfnod pan oedd myfyrwyr o Abertawe yn gwrthdistio I gefnogi'r glowyr oedd ar streic a chefnogi safiad Nelson Mandela yn erbyn apartheid.
You know, student unions today are seen as very much social places, but you know, they've had a really important role in sort of politics and campaigning and student organisation over the years, and that really came across in the records that were distributed in the archives.
The best thing about having a bar on campus is students can come along with their friends, socialise, and all the money which we spend here goes back into our union, into the services.
As an archive, our aim is to preserve the records in our care, and the point about archives is that each one is unique and irreplaceable. So it's not like a library book where you can get another one. So the thing is that we have to take very special care of the archives.
The Richard Burton archives, the staff are absolutely fantastic. Elizabeth and Sue are really helpful, and it is that friendliness. It's not the building an archive is housed in, or even if it's open on a weekend, it's the people that run it. And I've got to say the Richard Burton archive staff are amazing to anyone.